Hey y'all, a little change of pace on the content. Thought I'd demonstrate a little bit of this. So today I'm resurfacing a skateboard, and I'm kind of doing it with techniques that have been used by other people, but I'm sort of doing my own little way of doing it. So I'm using hemp seed oil as the base finish. So I just sanded it with 80 grit sandpaper. Then I did I think 220, and then I did 320. So it's nice and sanded now. It's not perfect, but I mean, on this side, I'm gonna put grip tape on it so it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I sort of was just trying to get the edges a little softer, and then also soften the bottom of it. So the way I'm gonna apply this is just pour some on. And there's a signature I really want to preserve, so I'm putting a dab there. So now I'm just gonna apply it. And the reason I'm doing a coat of hemp seed oil as opposed to just using like crystal coat, I am gonna do a layer of crystal coat, but the reason I'm doing the hemp seed oil is because these boards, this specific board is a Fickle skateboard. And he when he was making these skateboards, he was using really good wood, and the wood absorbs quite well a finish. So I'm just trying to do an even coating all the way around, because I sort of want to make the wood grain pop, because it's going to help it when you put finish on wood. What it sort of does is it keeps the wood from changing too much with humidity levels and heat. So it kind of helps the wood stay true. So that's why woodworkers, when they make a table, they put finish on it, because if they just make the table, what will happen eventually is the wood will warp and it will change shape from the original manufacturing design. Wood can actually move several inches over time, and even with finish it still does warp. But with a skateboard, it's really important that it doesn't warp, because then it won't skate flat. It'll skate kind of crooked, and then you'll mess up and hurt yourself. So that's what the bottom layer looks like now. You can see it's got a nice shine. This hemp seed oil, one thing I'll say about it is, unless you're putting multiple coats on it, it's really not that good of a finish, in my personal opinion, because it just doesn't really absorb into the wood that well. So if I was just going to use hemp seed oil, I would do several finishes. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a layer of crystal coat on this too. So we're trying to really preserve this deck, because this deck was given to me by someone at Woodward, actually, who knew the guy who made these skateboards. He was really good friends with him, and he just saw me riding one, and he was like, man, I want you to have this. So skateboard means a lot to me, because it was just such a synchronicity that he ended up knowing Lou, and I had one of his decks. And another synchronicity with Lou Ross and his skateboards is one of my friends, his name's Cam Noren. He used to ride for Fickle skateboards, and I met him at Woodward like in 2000, I guess it was 2012 when I went to Woodward. It's 2012. He was there the week I was. And I remember I walked up to Cam and I was like, yo, like, your board looks sick. Where'd you get that? And he was like, oh, it's a Fickle skateboard, you know, yada, yada. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. So that's how I found out about him, actually, was another person that knew about Lou. But I really liked his skateboards. It's too bad he's not making them anymore. Holy crap, the mosquitoes are like on me, dude. I need some bug spray, like ASAP. So yeah, we're just trying to get a nice little coating on here. Like I said, we're just trying to preserve this deck, because I have a feeling this board, out of all the boards I'm bringing, this one is not going to break. because these are like indestructible, and it's also in pretty good condition for how old it is. But yeah, so we got it coated. We're gonna let that dry for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna add the crystal coat on it. So I'll be back. All right, we're back. So next step, just gonna wipe it off, get the excess out, and then we're gonna do some crystal coat. And we're gonna do a thick coating, guys. This is my vert setup, and super excited to skate vert out there at Woodward. I think I'm gonna, because I have limited, I'm gonna do the bottom first. So crystal coat, you just wanna try to do even coating. But this is gonna help it slide, so it's really important to get a good coating. It also brings out the shine. Oh, I wanted to hit the signature too, because Alex Ramsey, the guy who gave me this board, he wrote to Ian from Douglas, that's his son. So I was really stoked on this when he gave it to me. So we want to try to preserve that. He also signed to Alex Ramsey. See if I can touch it with that. Show you. It says to from Douglas to Ian, and then he signed it right under the snake. Really should have a respirator on, but what can I say? I'm a rebel. I really don't have much of this. It's kind of out. Yeah, dude, that's the coat right there. We're done, dude. It's toast. That's crazy. Now it just needs to dry, so I think I'm gonna bring it inside. Love y'all. I didn't end up filming me gripping the board, but I do have an update about it. So I gripped this last night, and I did this design because all the boards that I gripped for this trip, I did this design where it's like a line, and then a line going that way. I don't know why, but I just wanted to do them all the same. But I didn't do it like this on the other ones. I'll grab one so I can show you. With the other two decks, I did one like at the front, so it's not as long. But on this one, I did it like that. But that's not why I'm making this little video. This grip tape was like a dud. It like, did not stick at all. I was really bummed about it because I paid like $10 for the grip tape. But I had the idea that I could use wood glue to kind of just spread it under the grip tape and see if it would have had to adhere, you know, after it cured. And it worked really well. So if you ever have grip tape that's not sticking and you still want to use it, I highly recommend using wood glue, because I mean, like this part was just peeling off and now it's like stuck there. Now, I'm not gonna mess with it too much because I'm still a little sketched out, but it's like it is adhered. And usually with wood glue you want to clamp, I mean, you're using it on wood, so you're clamping the wood together and then it's creating a bond between the wood. But it works pretty good just not even clamping it. Now I did notice when I was doing it that it kind of got like the grip tape wouldn't stick and it would peel off, so I had to keep pushing it down until it got a little more tacky. So you do have to be a little careful with that, but otherwise it's a great wood glue is a great alternative. You could use other glues too, but wood glue is gonna dry translucent. Oh wow, there's some still like wet right here. I'm gonna have to wipe that off. And actually I got glue kind of on the grip tape and I can't even see it today. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, it worked really well. I'm really happy that this setup worked, because I was pretty bummed last night when I was like, this isn't sticking, and I refinish it. But yeah, that's all I want to say. So you can use wood glue to re-adhere grip tape. You learned it here, people. Pacaday 13 channel. Much love. Peace out.